Hello everyone, my name is Matt Scorpion and welcome back to the TWAB in as few minutes as possible. Now, this week around it's another shorter TWAB because of course DMG is still out, so Cosmo is having to take over for him. So it starts off by covering that Iron Banner is around, of course, and a few changes to that. They upped the score target from 125 to 150 to match the base control mode, as well as adjusting the mercy threshold, so hopefully if your team's getting stomped, then it'll let you stay in a little bit longer, so you're not constantly mercying and just ending games constantly. Now, in addition to that, because Iron Banner is live, Trials is not active this week. At least that is what I believe they say about giving Trials the weekend off. Either that, or it's nothing new and it's just normal Trials. By the way, moving on, basically they wanted to cover all the details of Trials Labs, specifically the capture zone. And I'm not going to cover all the details. Of course, everything was a little bit lower. Supposedly, the average Crucible player played longer, while the high-end was around unchanged for time. And there was some sort of weird bug with pool-based matchmaking and disabled pools, and it collapsed them down in the previous pool. So, some weird glitch, and hopefully they'll have the pools fixed on a later date. And of course, starting on 10 a.m. on Sundays, the entire passage has preferential matchmake against other flawless players. So, of course, hopefully, I really hope this isn't how it's going to go. The 10 a.m. on Sundays is when they're going to enable flawless pools. Honestly, it was a lot better going like Friday night, because all the people who sweat all the way through Trials are going to have their flawlesses done within an hour. So, yeah, the more and more people that aren't in the flawless pool, the better. So, yeah. Not really. But moving forward past Trials, of course, there's another thing they wanted to cover with this. They're going to be changing the capture mode. Honestly, I say get rid of it. I didn't like it that much at all, but meh. Now, they're going to be changing a few things. According to this, they're going to test locations, and they're also going to remove the super energy on captures from capturing zones, so there isn't any super snowballing and bleh, in case people are only capturing zones and killing people or what. But thankfully, at least the next time we will see Trials Labs won't be until December. So we should have about 4 or 5 weekends of Trials that we won't have to deal with capture zones and we can just kill. Now, moving past Trials, of course, there is another Disability Awareness Foundation thing that Bungie is throwing, and title pin. It's or not even a title pin, a everyone can play emblem for our disabled folks to, of course, donate for, let's see, what is this? The Able Gamers Foundation. And an associated emblem for those that donate. Is this a certain amount? Let's see. This pin and emblem will be added to the Bungie store on October 1st. Be sure to check out the Bungie store tomorrow and follow them on Bungie store on Twitter when it gets added. Now, of course, they cover a little bit more on Threads of Light, and I'm not sure if this is actually going to be Digital Fashion Magazine. And they shared some examples of people's works that they are including, and there are a few, like this Titan right here, that I generally vibe with. It looks like a cool design they went for. They went for old rusty wall Titan, like almost like he's a robot himself. But then there's a few others like this Titan that I kind of look at and it's like, no, not there at all. But of course, I mean, everyone's fashion sense is their own. I mean, I like the way this looks, but of course it's not my Hunter. I submitted one of each of my characters to Vibe. But honestly, I think I see too many of people running the magnificent gear, like any of the glowing armor. I feel like there needs to be a Solstice of Heroes rule, just because, you know, the guy on front page has it, and I don't know. I feel like there should be a no Solstice of Heroes armor rule, just because not everyone gets that far, or buys the ornaments. But moving past all the fashion sense, they still say that you are able to still submit applications for it, but it is by the end of the day. Like, literally, it's ending September 30th. So I think by midnight, if you submit this, you should be good. And to share to Instagram or Twitter, use hashtag Threads of Light or at the Destiny the Game account, or check last week's TWAB. There will be more details on how to submit your stuff for that. Now, the GM, of course, they go over more details. Now, you need to be 1345 to get into GMs, of course, and they're going to go over some new things. Now, Grandmasters Catch Up will be available. So basically, as long as the fire team leader isn't gilded, you should have access to every single strike right off the bat. So people can gild it pretty early on if they so wish, and they have the gall to do it. But as soon as you do gild your title, the catch and note will no longer be available, and it will likely go live once again later in the end of the season. Now, they also covered that the Palindrome and the Hothead Adepts and all the other Adept weapons will be back with Grandmasters. You'll be earning Masterwork materials. And they made a change where Adept weapon mods for impact, charge time, and blast radius, as well as projectile speed can be acquired from GM Nightfalls, in addition to trials and raids. And so that is the update to GMs coming out next week. Remember, you got to be 1345 to access it. Like, period. No negotiation. Now, they also mentioned how they were changing a lot more people's names to Guardian. I did notice a few actual name changes from like a Guardian in 4 letters or so. And of course, they need to check the code of conduct if you're not sure about that. But players will actually, they give us a estimated time when we'll be able to change our names, and sometime later in the season. So at least before Witch Queen, so you can rock whatever new stupid name you want to do if you got yours already changed. Now, known issues that they're covering that they have appeared. We're aware of players' reports claiming that nothing manacles aren't working as intended. This is under investigation. Players having issues unlocking an entry in the Ripples lore book need to wait in the helm until the entry unlocks. Step 45 of 53 of the Wayfinder's Voyage quest continuously points players to the portal regardless of what side they are on. Yep, I ran into that myself. Basically, it says confront Crow, who's talking to Savathun, just go talk to Savathun. He will be there. If players abandon Wayfinder's Voyage on step 19 of 53, they are unable to complete it when they reacquire it. Don't know why anyone would abandon it anyways. Just do it, or leave it in your inventory. I mean, I know you can be OCD, but geez. Now, of course, they cover more movies of the week and art of the week, and that is everything. Detail-wise, of course, it's another short one. The season is getting the shit's hit in the fan, to say a certain thing, but, you know, another short, sweet TWAB, more details about trials, more than I'd prefer to be going over, just because I'm not a Crucible player, really. I might be able to slay, but I'm not a Crucible player. It still makes me cringe. And thankfully, it seems my recording is holding, because I honestly, if I had to struggle recording this, I swear to fuck, I would have broken something. But with that, my name is Matt Scorpion, and this has been the TWAB in as few minutes as possible, and thank you for watching.